Hey y'all, it's the Country Notary. Today is Friday and it's the end of the week, so I wanted to give you guys an update on how my week went. This was a odd week. I actually started on Monday and I made a video just because I had free time and I felt I was, basically not working, so obviously I was making a video for the very first time on YouTube or anywhere. And anyway, talked about a slump that I was going through in my notary business. So today I wanted to give you guys an update. It is Friday of this same week, and I actually made a video Wednesday as well where I talked about how I use notary flags to help block out background distractions in a signing that I had that day. So I'm going to give you a summary, a recap of this week, and hopefully my experiences this week will resonate with some of you. And if you find yourself in any of these similar situations as I have this week, you may maybe leave with some additional information that you might choose to use in your notary business or your loan signing agent business. Okay, so um, I'm going to just give a quick recap of the week. On Monday, I labeled myself in the sophomore slump. Only 3 months as a notary, I already put myself up to sophomore status, which probably is not true because I'm probably still a freshman, but it just kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Sophomore slump on Monday. However, here's a recap of the week. Maybe I'm coming out of the slump. This is the best week I've had so far as a notary. Patience is a virtue, guys. Trust and believe. Patience is a virtue. On I'm going to actually start on Sunday, and some of this I've already stated. On Sunday, I met a man in the parking lot of the local Sam's Club and notarized a document for him. And it was a Sunday, so I charged him my Sunday service fee as well as the notarial fees. I think he had multiple documents, and so he agreed, paid me cash on Monday. On Sunday, on Monday morning, I met a lady at an Office Depot and notarized a document in the parking lot for her. She paid me cash as well, and I helped her out, and that was good. And I basically um, helped her out on Monday. Okay, on Monday and I did it on my lunch break. When I got back to work, someone called me and they asked me to come meet them that afternoon and notarize some documents because she was moving out of town and she needed some employment documents notarized. I met her at her house and notarized those documents, paid me cash on Monday. So I had two general notary jobs on Monday. Um, don't think I had any jobs on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I had a great signing. I did a Texas cash out, and the company offered me full fee. They actually offered me $175 signing fee for the closing, paid for the law firm rental space, and I had a young couple with a baby. I talked about that, blocked out the distractions, and crossed my fingers the next day and today. No calls or emails from the signing service or the title company. So I guess I did a good job. I successfully signed that one on Wednesday. So, and I'm going to do some math in my head. I meant to do it on the calculator on the phone before we got on the video, but I'll do some quick math in my head and tell you how I actually had an amazing earnings week. Made some dollars, y'all. Okay, so on Thursday, I received an email at some point during the day. And Thursday, for some reason, even though it was just yesterday, is so fuzzy because I had a jam-packed day today, and I think I was really tired Thursday. I do recall trying to take a nap. I couldn't take a nap. I had a couple of calls or emails from a company that I had direct marketed myself to, and they put me on their notary list. The week before spring break, I did a job. I did an on-the-spot job for them within a few hours, drove 55 miles and met a man in the country, signed his uh, documents. It was signed his property tax loan document. So came back and hadn't heard from them for a while. And then today, yesterday, I received an email to do a job for them today. which would be Friday, and I accepted it. The client, the assigning agent, the, the the rep that assigned me the job basically told me the docs would be ready at some point on Friday. She said hopefully before 4, and the appointment was at 6, and the borrowers lived at least 30 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, thanks for the heads up, but I did ask her. We worked together diligently to get the documents before 4 o'clock, but she couldn't. And lo and behold, it's 5:05. And so basically, I called her. I said, "Hey, are we going to close today, or do we need to reschedule?" I didn't want to contact the borrower and not know if you had already contacted him. And she goes, "Oh, gave her the account number. Let me check." She goes, "Oh, okay, I'll email them to you now." I'm like, I'm glad I called. So she emailed me the documents, and I printed them, prepped them, and put them in my bag and got ready to leave to that appointment. And I called the borrower. I still had to call the borrower and move their appointment back 30 minutes because I wouldn't have made it without enough prep time. And they understood that the documents were delayed, and they understood. Okay, rewind a little bit though. Prior to that, prior, boy, see, I told you Thursday was fuzzy. Prior to that, that same company emailed me and offered me another job. And in that job, they sent the documents right away. This lady only lived 3 minutes from my home, 3 miles, I think. And so I got all that printed and prepped right after work, and went over and did her closing. It took like nothing. She was brief. She signed all the documents, notarized everything. It was great. So then came back and waited for the last minute job today. Okay, so both of those were assigned yesterday on Thursday. I'll finish up that as well. So I was excited and had everything organized for the day, and did the closing at 4, and then had the other lady scheduled for couple scheduled for 6:30. So I got the documents, drove out there, and but rewind again. I always rewind because I forget. On my way home from my full-time job, you're driving. You shouldn't be on your phone while you're driving, guys. Don't do this. This is one of those please don't try this at home type disclaimers. On my way home, or maybe walking out of the door of my job, or very quickly after work, I recall getting a notification for a closing today. It just said today, time to be determined. I'm like, well, gosh. So I just clicked accept. I said, well, I already have appointments, but if TBD means to be determined, then I'll take it and try to squeeze it in or do it later on tonight. And I knew it would be late because I already had a 4, and at that time a 6 that I eventually had to reschedule at 6:30. So I took it. They assigned it to me. I guess nobody else wanted to do it today, right now, and so I took it. So it worked out great. I wound up with 3 closings today on Friday. 2 from my direct customer, client, vendor, contractor, and 1 from SnapDocs. So that worked out awesome. The I'll talk a little bit about some of the events that happened during the signing that I had to reschedule to 6:30 later. I don't want the video to go too long. And then the last signer was very nice. She signed everything briefly, didn't have a lot of questions, and 30 minutes in and out. That was, and I'll talk one day too. I really want to talk one day and do a video about time. It's not about rushing. It's not about, oh, I got that done so quickly. I'm so fast. Or I need to be fast. I need to rush. No, it's not about rushing. It's about being prepared, being efficient, and if your closing happens to go quickly, that's just a bonus. That's icing on the cake. That's a bonus. But that's not, the goal is not to just rush and go fast and see how many, how short, quickly you can finish a signing, or how many you can do in one day. It's not about that. I think just from my experience so far, if you do a good job of preparing and do an efficient signing, the time then is managed properly, and it won't take as long. And I think it's a result, a side effect, not an objective, as far as having a quick signing. Okay, so here we are. I don't want to go too long. It was a hectic day today. because I had to drive a pretty huge radius to get those 3 jobs done, except for the lady that was 3 miles from my home. Yesterday, I was very tired, and I took, I was trying to take the nap. The phone kept, ching, ching, and I said, okay, I almost put my phone on silent to take a nap, but I didn't. I checked it, and I had these 2 off emails to do these 2 closings today. Glad I did. The and hopefully this direct client becomes a regular part of my business, because they're very nice, very professional, to work with. And I'm going to do a video very shortly, maybe on Sunday, or maybe Monday, one day next week, how I marketed myself to these companies and how I got over the fear of making a cold call. And so glad I did. So I'm going to talk with you guys about that. Got over my fear and made a cold call. So I'm going to wrap it up today by saying I might be coming out of the sophomore slump, okay? I may be coming out. My grand total for the week, and I'm going to do the math in my head. Give me 5 seconds. The grand total for the week, guys, and I wish I had did the calculator before we got here, is over $600. Over $600. I'm thinking it's right at 635. I'm going to make a correction on the next video if that's number's false, but 635, including the scan back fees. I charged scan back fees today because they wanted them scanned back today. It's the end of the month. A lot of these offers seem like they're wanting scan backs. Over $600, maybe around 630, and most of which, maybe at least I think 200 plus of it was cash from the general notary work. So it was a great day. I look forward to better days, and same for you guys. I'll try to have some time to do a video on Sunday. I have so much more to share with you guys about time management and the time crunch that we find ourselves in as a notary, as new notaries, and how to manage the time crunch, and not let the time crunch manage you. Again, it's the Country Notary. I'll talk to you soon.